Sometimes there are little whispers of former neighborhoods in New York. Vinegar Hill is one of those neighborhoods. You can get there by taking the F train to York Street and walking uphill on York Street to Hudson Avenue. Vinegar Hill was named after the Battle of Vinegar Hill, which was part of the Irish Rebellion of 1798. The developer hoped to attract Irish immigrants. It worked. First established around 1800, most of the houses were built between 1820 and 1850. Look how nice this is. Across the river in Manhattan was the worst slum that Charles Dickens said he'd ever seen in his life. 5 Points. 5 Points was also heavily populated by the Irish. The first people who moved to Vinegar Hill worked the docks, and then the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and then came all the services to support all the workers. Vinegar Hill was at its height, with a variety of ethnic groups in the 1880s. Who lived here? What kind of dignified life could an Irish immigrant have here that she couldn't have in 5 Points? How did this kind of living get absorbed into New York City? The Irish weren't always so accepted in the United States, and it's easy to forget that, now that we have focused our suspicions on other newcomers. Most evidence of old New York was destroyed in fires, especially during the Revolutionary War, and then again in 1835. But this part of old New York just got chipped away. First came the Manhattan Bridge in the early 1900s. Then the Con Edison plant blocked access to the river. Most devastating was the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, started in 1946, one of Robert Moses's many highway projects. Do you know he didn't even drive a car? He tried to do the same thing in Greenwich Village, but Jane Jacobs organized opposition. Vinegar Hill did not have a Jane Jacobs. Soon after the BQE went up, so did 10 adjacent high-rise apartment buildings. Finally, the Brooklyn Navy Yards closed. All that was left of Vinegar Hill were a few blocks of quaint, dilapidated beauty, waiting to be reclaimed. New York City has always torn down buildings and put up new ones, from the very beginning. A darker side of this is when magnificent structures like the old Penn Station are destroyed, or when highway projects like the Cross Bronx Expressway make life nearly impossible for people living in the southern part of a borough that is cut in half. But the same ferocious energy that can destroy can also create. It was lovely to be in Vinegar Hill an early evening, to watch the relaxed people talking and drinking wine around a table, to see the parents and small children walking home together, to listen to snatches of conversation when neighbors paused to chat as they walked their dogs. People of all ethnicities rode their bikes in and out of the Navy Yard area and neighboring Dumbo.